pristine powder, cool, crisp air, gliding, sailing, racing, flying over miles of mountains and bowls under blue skies. Colorado is skiing at its finest. With 54 lofty peaks towering above 14,000 feet, the Rockies were once seen as obstacles. Today, they're a destination for winter recreation. Skiing saved towns and altered the Rocky Mountain economy forever. Skiing transformed the mountains into a winter playground, and this is where it all began.
What is considered the first ski area west of the Mississippi was established in Hot Sulphur Springs, Colorado on December 30th, 1911 for the Hot Sulphur Springs Winter Sports Carnival. Though this event marks the beginning of ski tourism in the West, it was hardly the beginning of skiing in Colorado. Skiing was a way of life in Grand County from the very start of American settlement in the area. One of the first documented skiers in Middle Park was the famed Colorado Charlie Utter. Utter established a cabin near Hot Sulphur Springs in the 1860s. When traveling in the mountainous area in the winter, Colorado Charlie was known to travel on Norwegian snowshoes, the name that skis were known by prior to the 20th century. As more settlers entered the area of Middle Park, skiing became a part of the winter landscape. Ranchers, doctors, preachers, and others got around the deep snow by the use of the Norwegian snowshoes, typically aided by one long pole. The most important vocation on skis for the local population was the mail carrier. In an area that would not receive a railroad until 1905 and its first telegraph or telephone line until 1903, the mail was the only line of communication outside of Grand County. In the deep annual snows on the Berthoud Pass Wagon Road, the only way to travel between Hot Sulphur Springs and Georgetown in winter was by ski. Until the snow would clear enough for animal travel, brave mail carriers would carry their precious letters several days a week on their trusty Norwegian snowshoes. In a population accustomed to many months of traveling by ski, it was only natural that sport would be made of the sliding on snow. Then, in October 1911, locals in Hot Sulphur Springs, led by John Pyre, jumped on the idea of a winter carnival, similar to those being held in the eastern U.S., as a means to help the local economy during the winter. They promoted the carnival on the railroad, which would also benefit from added passenger traffic.
Before the Winter Carnival happened in Hot Sulphur Springs, people really considered skiing to just be a means of transport. They really hadn't clicked into the passion and the joy of skiing. But then when the Winter Carnival came along, people realized how much fun skiing and snow sports in general could be. And that's when it turned into a vocation instead of a transportation mode.
Two particular passengers riding the train to the carnival on December 29th got off at the summit of the Moffett Road at Corona. Donning skis, 30-pound packs, and rifles, the pair slid over the snow 44 miles to Hot Sulphur Springs in 9 hours. The two men were natives of Norway. So the first winter carnival, Carl Howelson and Engel Schmidt, two Norwegians, they get off the train at Corona the day before the carnival is supposed to start, ski 44 miles to Hot Sulphur Springs, where awaiting them is this big carnival celebration that's going to take place the next day. Has ice skating, toboggan races, bobsled races, cross-country skiing, and then they added the last component, the major component, the ski jump, and the people were just wowed. When they arrived at the site of Hot Sulphur Springs, they transformed Colorado's Rocky Mountains forever. On the morning of the 30th, Howelson, nicknamed the Flying Norwegian, and Schmidt built a crude jump and sailed through the air on their Norwegian snowshoes. The awestruck crowd could not get enough. In the coming years, other ski areas and carnivals popped up around Colorado as ski fever gripped the state. In those early years, the sport of choice was ski jumping. Nonetheless, Hot Sulphur Springs would hold preeminence in the world of Colorado's early years of snow sports. In 1928, another milestone in Colorado's ski legacy was established by the opening of the Moffett Tunnel. The sport of alpine skiing was coming on scene at this time, and the tunnel brought many new ski enthusiasts from Denver to the camp of West Portal in the Fraser Valley.
It's really amazing to me to think that the little town of Hot Sulphur Springs was really the birthplace of what has become such an important industry in Colorado. Colorado is the most important ski location all over the world, and it all really started right here in this little town of Hot Sulphur Springs in 1911.